All right, it is 4 o'clock on the dot, so we're going to get started with today's session. Welcome to Creating Meaningful Feedback in Brightspace. We are so excited to have you join us today. A couple quick things to note. The Zoom Q&A box is open for any questions that you may have throughout today's session. And also a recording of this session as well as a PDF of the slide deck will be posted to the Brightspace community once we are finished today. We'll also have all of the Q&As that we receive with links and resources also posted to the Brightspace community. Our agenda for today, we're going to do some quick introductions, and from there we're going to talk about our feedback toolkit and have some time to demo in the environment. And then we'll be able to take questions and do a little bit of networking with your peers that are here today. A little bit about us. My name is Samantha Wooldridge. I'm a Senior Adoption Specialist here at D2L. I also have my colleagues Victoria and Catherine on the call today, who will be answering Q&A. I'll clarify some terms quickly before we move too far along. So D2L, that is our company that we work for. The product we make is called Brightspace, which is a learning management system. Depending on where you work, your version of Brightspace may be called something else like eClass, iLearn NYC, or the VLE, but these various names are all referring to Brightspace. And finally, we have our Brightspace community. This is a hub of resources where you can connect with other Brightspace users and seek out additional information. We have our Brightspace user group here that's specific for K-12 educators. We'll link that in the chat. We'd love for you to all join. And there you'll be able to see events, the discussion from today's session, and lots more relevant topics and resources. And with that, we'd like to learn a little bit about you. If you don't mind taking a quick second to take this poll. Okay, well, thank you so much for taking the time to answer that poll. Looks like most of our participants today are using fully virtual courses in Brightspace, so that's really interesting for us to be able to note. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, and so let's move on to our learning objectives for today. We're going to talk about the best use cases for various tools that you can use to deliver feedback. Then we're going to specifically talk about using rubrics to give fast feedback to students. And we're also going to talk about using automated feedback with the awards tool as well. So if you've attended a feedback session with us in the past, whether it was from our teaching and learning series or a session specifically done for your organization, you may have seen our feedback toolkit before. This is a toolkit that we've developed and we continuously update as we get more feature upgrades to help educators like yourselves to understand and quickly decide which feedback tools are available to them, as well as pairing feedback tools to create a circular feedback model for your students where they're learning from the feedback and then demonstrating that learning as well. One example here that I love is when teachers use annotations paired with a video note feedback. So when the instructor's finished annotating an assignment, they can take a quick video note and talk about some of the annotations they've made with the student. Now let's talk about choosing the right tool for feedback. First, you want to consider what type of assessment you're delivering to your students. Is it formative or is it summative? This will help you decide whether or not you want the feedback to be something that the students are learning from so that they can build their skills towards that summative assessment. We also want to think about who we're trying to reach with this feedback. I noticed in the poll, a lot of you had said you're using mainly written feedback. That may be appropriate for your students, or maybe we want to consider using audio or video feedback for our younger learners who maybe don't have the reading or reading comprehension skills to really absorb that written feedback. So with those things in mind, we're going to move ahead to our demo portion of our presentation today. I'm going to start by going to my primary class through my Select a Course tool. And I'm going to start with creating a rubric. As you can see, I don't have the rubrics tool in my navigation bar, so I'm going to go through my course admin, where I can see all of the tools that are available to me in my course. I'm going to click rubrics. Here we have the list of rubrics that I've already created for my course or that I've imported into my course, but I'm going to create a new rubric today. I'm going to title my rubric so that my naming convention is nice and clear. And you can see here I have different levels of achievement as well as different criteria. This is our analytic style rubric, which is going to be the most common style used in K-12. We do offer a holistic rubric, but that is primarily for our higher education learners. You can choose if you would like to score or have points, or which would automatically associate with the level, or you can customize the points as well. And then if you prefer to see 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 4, 3, 2, 1, you can reverse your level ordering with one click here. You can add as many levels as you like and as many criteria as you like as well. You can also choose to group your criteria if you're evaluating several sections of an assignment with one rubric. For today, I am only going to need 2 criteria, so I'm going to remove this bottom one. And you can see it's permanently deleted. Then I'm going to put in some different titling for my levels. This is for young learners, so I want to change it from 1, 2, 3, 4 to a more effort-based leveling. And my last one here. Okay, now I'm going to add in my first criteria. I have my text here. You can also add an outcome if your course is using standards and outcomes to associate outcomes to the levels of the rubric, which you can automatically score and it will show up in your mastery view. I'm going to add in my second criteria here. And then I have my option for my regular scoring as well as initial feedback. So the initial feedback will be given to students if that is, if they achieve that level on the rubric. I'll show you in one moment after I add in my level aspect of the rubric. So for this, because it's for young learners, I'm going to use images instead of text. This is really popular with our younger students. I'm going to give a green smiley face for our level 4 text here. I'll just say it's decorative for that. Typically, we like to include a image description, but because I don't have a link for the file, it will have to be decorative today. And here again, I'm just going to go to Insert Stuff, choose from my computer, and then upload the image I'd like associated with that criteria, and mark it as decorative. And one final time to add in that image. So when students view the rubric, which I will show you, they will see the smiley face that they earned. If you give them the initial feedback, they will only see the option for the level that they received. So if you put in initial feedback for every level and the student achieves a level 4, they will only see the level 4 initial feedback. I'm not going to add in the images for my criterion 2. It is all set the way it is. And you can see Brightspace up at the top here automatically saves my progress, and I have my status as published. If you would like to save rubrics as a draft, you can do so. You can also archive legacy rubrics, but the automatic status will be published, and this needs to be set so that you can add rubrics to assignments. You won't be able to add the rubric to an assignment if it's archived or a draft. So once I'm all ready to go here, I'm going to go to my assignments, and I'll show you quickly how to add an assignment or a rubric to an assignment. I'm just going to choose this water cycle assignment here as there are no submissions. I'm going to edit my assignment, and then in this folder on the right-hand side, I'm going to open that and add a rubric. You can create a new rubric here, which would take you to the experience we just finished, or you can add an existing rubric. And once you've selected that one, you click Add Selected. If you're not sure which rubric you would like to use, you can preview by clicking the button with the magnifying glass on the side, and that will open in a new tab for you what the rubric looks like. I'm just going to cancel out of here as to not add that rubric to this assignment, but I will go ahead and show you the student view. Actually, I will go to portfolio to add it to a portfolio item before I show you the student view, as our students would have to see it on an assignment. So again, if you're adding rubric to a portfolio item, you can do so with the Add Rubric button here. We'll click to add a portfolio item. And then once that rubric is added, you can click through here, and with just one simple click, you can evaluate your student. Now let's go and take a look at Clara. I'm going to go into my course admin and my class list to see Clara's view. Because Clara is just a demo student, I'm able to impersonate her, but I always like to give the caveat to not impersonate real live students, as this can run into some privacy issues. So I'm going to impersonate Clara here. I'll go to her portfolio and select the appropriate class. And then we'll select the portfolio item that we just added that rubric to. And she can click the rubric open and see what that looks like for her. All right. Any questions about rubrics before we move along to awards? Okay, sounds good. So I'm back in my instructor mode. I'm going to again use my Select a Course button here. And this time I'm going to my Junior Intermediate Science course. This time you can see I have awards on my navigation bar, so I'm going to click into my awards here. There are several awards already available in my course, so I can see which students have earned which awards in my course already. But I'm going to click over into this Course Awards tab, which shows me all of the awards available in my course. You can import awards into your course from other courses, and I'm going to add an award to my course. So here I can see all the awards that are available that I could add to my course. I can also create a new award, which I'm going to do now. I'm going to give my award a name. as well as a description. This award is for students who complete all of their homework this week. And I'll add in some criteria. So if you select to have the award visible to students beforehand, they can see what awards they're able to earn, which is a really nice way to add a little bit of gamification to your course. So when the students see the criteria, they can see what they need to do in order to gain that award. You can make it the awards available to all of your courses or restrict it to specific courses or units. I'm going to make it available to all my courses, so if, I don't have to duplicate my work. I never want it to expire, and so we're all good here. I'm going to upload a new icon because I have a picture I chose that I wanted to use, but you can choose from our existing library, which has quite a few different badge icons that you can choose from here if you don't want to go and find your own image. I have chosen my own, so I'm going to use this little snowflake for the week of the holidays. And once that's set, I'm ready to save and close my award. So I can scroll down and find that in alphabetical order with all my other awards. I can manually release this award to students. However, I want the award to automatically release to students when all of their homework for the week is completed. To do this, I'm going to click Edit Properties. Here, I'm able to hide the award until it's earned if I like. I'm going to leave that unchecked because I want students to be able to see it. And then I have my release conditions. There's no conditions added to this award because I just made it, so I'm going to create some conditions. I'm going to select from this drop-down menu and scroll all the way down to quizzes because there's only one assignment due this week and it's a quiz. So I'm going to select completed attempt on a quiz. And then I will select the quiz that students need to attempt. Once I click Create, that condition is now added to the release condition, and when students complete this quiz, they will automatically receive this award. Any questions about awards before we move along? Okay, quiet group today. That's all right. All right, so we talked about the different tools and use cases for using various tools in Brightspace. We talked about using rubrics to give fast feedback with one-click marking. And we talked about automating feedback with awards and release conditions. I have a couple quick housekeeping items before we move into our discussion portion for today. I previously mentioned the K-12 educators community group. I have the QR on the slide here, and we're going to put the link in the chat again. If you'd like to join us there, we'd love to have you. We also have our D2L Champions program. This is a really great program where you are rewarded for participating with D2L. When you attend events like this one, or provide us with reviews or participate in customer panels, you can earn points that you can then redeem for swag or gift cards or D2L services. And last but not least, before we move into our discussion period, I wanted to draw your attention to our upcoming Bright Ideas sessions. So next month, we're talking about reaching every learner with accessibility in Brightspace. And then in February, we'll be talking about Brightspace for social emotional learning. We're also very excited to announce our next series of Bright Ideas webinars. So the next 6 in our series are now live. The links for both January and February sessions, as well as what we are calling Series 2, so March through August sessions, will be available in the chat. So a couple questions on the screen. If you feel like coming off mute to share, you can raise your hand and we'll let you come off mute. Or if you feel more comfortable posting into the chat. We have the chat box now open for you as well. So our first question, what is your favorite tool for giving feedback in Brightspace? Secondly, have you replaced any in-person feedback with Brightspace feedback? And finally, what stood out to you today that you'd like to implement in your classroom? I know one of my personal favorite replacing Brightspace feedback was, I think we might even have some folks from Maine Virtual on the line, but one of the teachers at Maine Virtual had a really extensive awards collection, and they would have different, every month they would have several different awards that were kind of like stickers for getting homework in. It was a really great way to encourage students to earn those awards. They could collect all the stickers for the month. And they also had the awards leaderboard, so students could kind of compete with each other to see who got the most stickers. It was really cute. Ian, come off mute and share your thoughts.
So what I'm wondering about is I do a lot with the standards and wondering if I can use meeting the standards for a particular assignment to trigger or make an award happen.
Oh, that's a great question. I don't think we currently have that functionality to have the release condition associated with the standard. Um, but that's a really great idea, especially as more and more, not just K-12 schools, but higher ed as well, are moving to like a competency-based education where it's more about the outcome than it is necessarily the score. So we'll take that feedback to our product team. Fantastic. Thanks so much, Ian.
Thank you.
I'm just looking in the chat. Michaela says she normally teaches English and loves the annotation tool for giving feedback. Yeah, I love that, Michaela. I was big in like English and history in high school, and I would always have my teacher's notes like scribbled in the margins of my assignments, and I could never read them. So they were taking time to do feedback, and it was useless to me. So I love that you're using annotations to make sure your feedback is really clear for your students. That's awesome. I see another question in here, um, or a comment. Michelle likes to use annotation with audio video feedback. Yeah, that's like my number one pairing. If you're going to choose two tools to use together, that's going to be my number one suggestion. I'm actually seeing a comment here from Victoria, who's been helping with Q&A. There is an option to do competency or learning objective as a release condition. So let me go back to my demo environment here. We'll pull that back up. I've got my Homework Hero Award here, and I'll create another condition. And I can see it's not in standards, it's in competency. Learning objective achieved. And then this course doesn't have any learning objectives associated with it. I don't know if that would work with our standards, though I believe that's with our competencies tool, which is slightly different. It's worth experimenting with for sure, though. Thank you, Victoria. All right. Any more questions or comments, things you'd like to share? We have a
Yeah,
bit of time today.
that's one of the things that I've noticed is the difference between competencies and standards is what works for what we're doing. And so,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
just
typically we see competencies in higher education and corporate, whereas the standards is more K-12 focused.
yeah. The other thing we're interested in is for students who are missing a standard,
Mm-hmm.
helping them know what assignments they're missing that would provide that evidence is one of the
Mm,
things that is challenging in the system. There's
Yeah.
no real way to access that information for students.
Yeah. Have you tried with the class progress tool?
Class progress. Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. And that tells them what evidence they have completed,
Right.
and that is helpful, but then they notice that they're missing evidence for a particular competency, and
Right.
they need to ask me in order to find out what assignments are related to that competency.
I see. Um, yeah, I'll take a look at that, Ian, and I'll put it in our notes
Thank
because I
you.
think students should be able to go to class progress and select the competency and see all of the assignments that are associated with it, not just the ones they've completed.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I
Yeah.
think that's the case.
If you can figure that out, let me know because I
I will.
haven't been able to.
I will. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, so if we don't have any more for the discussion, I'm just going to pop our survey screen back up here, but we're going to stick around to the very end if there's any more questions for the Q&A or in chat, or also if anyone would like to come off mute, just raise your hand and we'll invite you to speak with us. Ian, I see your hand raised again. You should still be able to come off mute.
Okay, yeah, it's just if nobody else has questions about feedback, I'd be
hmm
interested in your perspective and how other teachers are using the standards tool in case there's ideas that maybe I haven't thought of that would be helpful for me.
Yeah, are you using like a competency-based education model where everything is being graded against standards?
Yeah,
Yeah. So, I'm sure you're using the Mastery Gradebook.
yeah.
And our May session on evaluation in Brightspace will probably be a good one for you to attend,
Okay.
as we're going to go into all the different things related to Gradebook and Mastery. Um, I know in Ontario, we don't have any of our Ontario folks on today because I know that's really big in Ontario, where they're using like standards to assess every assignment.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, what are your requirements for using standards?
So I sometimes have multiple standards associated with a particular assignment,
Okay.
and then I assess them as being proficient, developing, or emerging.
hmm
Or if there's no evidence for that particular standard, then I leave it blank. And then I am looking, like there's 12 core curricular competencies for one of the courses I'm doing. And
Okay.
so I'm looking to see if they've met all of them and then at what level have they met them in terms of how well they're doing in the course.
Okay. And are you struggling to ensure all of your standards have enough evidence? Um, is it that you're having trouble keeping track of which assignments have which standards? Where are you running into issues there?
So it's working really well. Like this is my second year using Brightspace,
Okay.
and it was so nice. I was able to use all of the curricular standards now because this tool actually includes them and I can uh, connect them to each assignment.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the class progress tool, which I just recently learned I can access from the teacher. I just had to change the settings.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like awesome. So I can go in and
Oh,
look
great.
and see what evidence each student has provided. Um, and I can dig down to see what the assignments were, which gives me an indication of how strong the evidence is because different assignments are tangentially or fully related to a particular competency. And as I said before, one of biggest challenges is figuring out for students what they are missing
Hmm.
in terms of competencies and standards. And for me, in terms of being able to print something out that I can hand to them, or export those competencies so that I can um, put them into a mail merge
Your
document or
your
something.
reporting, yeah.
Yeah. And so I put in a Pi request on that
Oh,
that's
good.
being reviewed.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so it's just the more people I talk to who actually understand standards and Brightspace helps me to figure out how to better utilize the tools
Hmm.
to be able to work with standards and students. Because students also in our district, this is a relatively new idea for them to be assessed based on evidence of learning as opposed to numbers that get add, subtracted, and multiply
Yeah.
and divide.
Well, it sounds like you're really doing a lot with it. That's wonderful. Like, obviously, adding your standards to all your assignments is going to be helpful. It can be really helpful to add the standards and like have all your assignments ready to go at the beginning of the year.
Yes.
So we're going to have a session on rollover best practices. And
Hmm.
obviously, it takes some time to get to that stage,
Yeah.
right? Like you,
When's rollover best practices? That's I'm ready for that.
August.
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 Oh
Yeah,
no.
I know. There's going to be a recording. So if you register for it, then we'll send you the recording anyway. So everyone who registers will get the recording sent to them.
Okay.
And I'm just taking a look at your student, like your student view of class progress, because I'm thinking it should show. It's just showing me what they've been
That's right.
assessed against.
Yeah.
But let me try and add a standard to an assignment.
Is there anywhere else I'd find rollover best practices? Like I'm going to need to do that in a month here as we start up.
Yeah, so we have a rollover course.
Okay.
Um, it's a little bit extensive and it's a little bit admin heavy, but there will be, it's not like the kind of course where you have to go through start to finish. You can
Hmm.
sort of just see what you need and pick and choose. So let me
Yeah.
grab the link for that. It's in our learning center. Um, and then where are you joining us from, Ian?
Port Alberni, British Columbia.
Oh, okay. So that's wonderful. So you should be able to reach out to your LMS admin. And being from BC, um, you have a like a learning administrator for the account. So you should be able to get some help with that. But first start reaching out to like your district level admin. Let me
They
find that.
won't have a clue.
No,
Not about this stuff. No. I
not the
mean, I work
rollover.
with her extensively and we just,
Okay.
and part of the problem is we don't in our district have
Hmm.
somebody given time to do this. So it's like off the side of the
Right,
wall,
right.
which is like crazy because there's so much admin
Yeah.
to keep on top of in terms of
Uh,
students and courses and teachers that don't know what they're doing.
yeah, I'm just trying to find this rollover course for you.
Yeah, this would be awesome.
Here we go, rollover best practices. So I'll put this in the chat and it'll also be with our notes from today's session. Um, but yeah, you'll want to skip to the managing course content module, and that will tell you everything you need to know about like moving things from one year to the next for things that you
Yeah.
want to save. Like you're not going to need to worry about your enrollments and stuff. Your LMS admin will take care of all that.
Yeah, not really, but anyway, we're working on that. We're working on
Okay,
that. At
okay.
the moment, we're actually manually inputting our students. It's crazy, but
Okay.
we're working on, and maybe over Christmas we'll get it so that we're single login. That's,
Well, then maybe the whole rollover course will be beneficial to you.
yeah, I'm sure it will.
I I'm just taking one final look at this class progress. I went and added um, a learning outcome to an assignment where it's not assessed. Yeah, it doesn't show me in class progress. That is, you said you created a pie item for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a look for that pie item and I'll promote it internally because you really should be able to look it up both ways. Well, I love doing these sessions and being able to learn from our customers. I literally learn something every time I do one of these, so thank you so much for that, Ian. Really appreciate
No, no worries. It's nice to be able to have a tool that actually works with standards. And so
it. Awesome. Well, thank
now
you so much, and thank you to everyone who joined us
gotta
today.
the way
Uh,
it can, right?
sorry?
Now we've got it, just got to make it work.
Yeah,
So that
exactly.
means me having to learn all the ins and outs of it. Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, Ian. It was a pleasure, and I'm glad you could join us today. I hope to see you in some future sessions as well. Um,
Have a good day. Happy
you
Christmas.
too. Oh, real quick before I close the session for everyone, I see someone has tried to access the Learning Center course. You have to create a community account and log into the Brightspace community before you can access any of our Learning Center course content. You'll also have to create an account and log in to access our community groups. I hope that helps. All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. Again, I will stay on for the remainder of our time, about 5 minutes, to answer any outstanding questions. But I'd like to thank you all for joining and have a happy holiday if we don't see you again.